A motorist who operates a motor vehicle in the state of New Jersey must carry a valid driver license, a valid probationary license, or a validated New Jersey permit. The motorist must also carry valid insurance and vehicle registration cards. NJSA 39-3-29. A motorist with a validated New Jersey driver permit must be accompanied by an appropriately licensed driver. NJSA 39-3-13. 39-3-13.2a. A motorist who is a legal resident of New Jersey must be licensed in this state. NJSA 39-3-17.1. A motorist who changes addresses must report this change to the MVC within 1 week after moving. This includes individuals who are moving out of New Jersey. NJSA 39-3-36. A motorist who legally changes his name, marriage, divorce, order of court must report the change to the MVC within 2 weeks. NJSA 39-39a. A motorist with a valid out-of-state license who moves to New Jersey must apply for a New Jersey license within 60 days, commercial driver license CDL within 30 days, or before the current license expires. Whichever is sooner. The out-of-state license must be surrendered prior to receiving a New Jersey license. NJSA 39-3-17.1, 39-3-10.17. 39-5d5. A motorist who is a foreign national with a valid license from another country may drive with that license for up to a year. The motorist may also be eligible for a New Jersey driver license. NJSA 39-3-10. Operators of commercial vehicles, such as large trucks, buses, and vehicles that transport hazardous materials must satisfy more stringent testing standards than the drivers of automobiles or motorcycles. These operators must still possess a valid, basic New Jersey driver license prior to applying. Individuals who have never had a driver license must complete the MVC's Graduated Driver License (GDL) program, which introduces driving privileges in phases with a period of supervised driving before getting a basic driver license. NJSA 39-3-10. 39-3-13 through 39-3-13.8. All applicants applying for a New Jersey driver license who are under 18 years of age must present a completed consent form signed by a parent or guardian. NJSA 39-3-13 and 39-3-13.3. All applicants applying for a standard New Jersey driver license must provide a verifiable Social Security number, 1 proof of residential address, 6 points of identification, and other documentation that verifies that their presence in the United States is authorized under federal law. Documents must be in English or be accompanied by an approved translation. NJSA 39-39a, 39-3-10 and NJAC 1321-1.1, 1321-1.2, 1321-1.3. 1321-8.2. All applicants applying for a Real ID New Jersey driver license must provide 2 proofs of residential address, 1 proof of full Social Security number, 6 points of identification, and other documentation that verifies that their presence in the United States is authorized under federal law. Documents must be in English or be accompanied by an approved translation. NJSA 39-3-3.10 and NJAC 1321-8.2a. Drivers under age 21 who possess an examination permit or probationary license shall not operate a motor vehicle without displaying 2 visible reflective GDL decals, which are provided by the Motor Vehicle Commission, on the license plates of the vehicle. NJSA 39-3-13.2 and 39-3-13.4 f. Disclaimer. If there is a discrepancy between what is cited in this manual and what is in statute or regulation, the statute or regulation governs. digital driver license. In 2011, New Jersey began issuing the next generation of security-enhanced digital driver license (DDL). The DDL, along with new facial recognition technology, helps to prevent identity theft and ensures that only those individuals who are legally entitled to have a driver license may get one. The DDL has more than 20 covert and overt features and is issued to all customers at the MVC agencies statewide. Motorists under 21 years of age are issued a distinctive vertical format driver license. Driver licenses are valid for 4 years. Altering a driver license or presenting an altered driver license may result in the loss of a motorist's driving privilege, a fine up to $1,000, and/or imprisonment. Additionally, obtaining a driver license illegally may result in a fine up to $500 and/or imprisonment. Types of New Jersey licenses. The following chart shows age requirements, license fees, and required tests for each type of license the MVC offers. Testing for commercial and moped licenses requires the use of topic-specific manuals, in addition to this driver and motorcycle manual. Copies of the commercial and moped manuals may be obtained at any MVC agency, viewed online, or requested at www.njmvc.gov. Manuals may also be obtained by calling 609-292-6500. An endorsement added to a license will expire with the license, except for hazmat, which must be tested every 2 years. When an endorsement is added to an existing license, the charge in the endorsement is prorated to cover the period remaining until expiration. Basic automobile license expiration: 4 years for all types of Class D motor vehicles registered by the MVC, except motorcycles. Minimum age 18, permit 16, permit fee $10, photo license fee $24, tests required. KVR1 probationary automobile license expiration: 4 years for all types of Class D motor vehicles registered by the MVC, except motorcycles. Minimum age 17, permit fee $10 plus $4, decals photo license fee $63, tests required. KVR1 commercial driver license expiration: 4 years for large trucks, buses, and vehicles classes 8B and C. Minimum age 18, 214th, permit fee $1,255, photo license fee $42 plus $2, tests required. CKVR1 motorcycle license expiration: 4 years for most vehicles with fewer than 4 wheels Class E. Issued as a separate license or as an endorsement M, if the individual already holds a basic New Jersey driver license. Minimum age 17, permit fee $5, photo license fee $24 or $186, tests required. KVR1 probationary motorcycle license expiration: 4 years for most vehicles with fewer than 4 wheels Class E. Issued as a separate license or as an endorsement M, if the individual already holds a basic New Jersey driver license. Minimum age 17, permit fee $10 plus $4, decals photo license fee $63, tests required. KVR1 moped license expiration: 4 years for unlicensed motorists 15 years of age and older. Not needed if operator has a Class A, B, C, D, or E license. Minimum age 15, permit fee $5, photo license fee $6, tests required. KVR1 agricultural license expiration: 4 years for farming purposes only. May be granted to persons between 16 and 17 years old. Minimum age 16, permit fee $10, photo license fee $6, tests required. KVR1 boat license expiration: 4 years for individuals 16 years of age and older, who operate a motorboat on fresh, non-tidal waters, such as lakes, creeks, or rivers, that are not affected by tidal conditions. All persons who wish to operate a power vessel must possess a boating safety certificate and present it when applying for a boat license. For more information about New Jersey boating requirements, visit the State Police Marine Services website at www.state.nj.us/njsp/maritime/index.html. NJSA 12-7-61.1 Minimum age 16 Permit fee N.A. Photo license fee $18 Tests required N.A. Non-tidal waters only 1K Knowledge fee Vision R Road See commercial tour until a basic license is obtained at 18 years of age. 3 Motorist must return to agency in 1 year to have license upgraded. Fee is prorated, and usually is $19.50. 4 CDL applicants must be at least 18 years old. Applicants under the 21st of May travel only in New Jersey, intrastate, not interstate, and may not receive hazmat or passenger endorsements. 5 out-of-state CDL transfer fees are $10. 6 Class E endorsements are $24. Class M endorsements are $18. Identity verification. If your current legal name is different from the name on your civil birth certificate, you must show legal proof of the name change. Legal proof equals certified marriage or civil union certificate, divorce decree, or court order linking the new name with the previous name. Note: a divorce decree may be used as authority to resume using a previous name only if it contains the married name and the previous name and permits return to use of the previous name. All ID documents must be unlaminated, original, or certified copies in English and have the required state or municipal seal. Certified copies of NJ records are available from the municipality that originally issued them and from the State Bureau of Vital Statistics at www.nj.gov/health/vital or 609-292-4087. If your birth certificate is from Jersey City, Hudson County, you must check www.state.nj.us/health/order-vital/Jersey-City-Hudson-County-records. Additional requirements may apply for non-U.S. citizens. Call 609-292-6500. Important information. 9 Driver License System. The New Jersey Driver Manual, www.njmvc.gov. All standard New Jersey driver license applicants must provide 6 points of ID verification by presenting documents that prove their age, identity, and legal presence in the U.S. All applicants must prove identity through a prescribed combination of documents that includes at least 1 primary document, at least 1 secondary document, at least 6 points of ID, proof of residential address. Use the charts on the following pages to select your documents, or use the online standard document selector at https://www.nj.gov/mvc/license/docselector/index.htm. For assistance with ID verification, visit www.njmvc.gov or call 609-292-6500. Note: fees in this manual are subject to change. Current fees are available online at www.njmvc.gov or by calling 609-292-6500. If discrepancies exist within or between documents presented to the MVC, the applicant may be required to provide additional documentation. Any permit or license application may be refused if a document appears altered, false, or otherwise invalid. All Real ID New Jersey driver license applicants must provide verification by presenting documents that prove their age, identity, social security number, and legal presence in the U.S. All applicants must prove identity through a prescribed combination of documents that includes 2 + 1 + 6. 2 proofs of residential address, 1 proof of full social security number, at least 6 points of ID, at least 1 primary document, at least 1 secondary document. Use the charts on the following pages to select your documents. or use the online Real ID document selector at https://www.state.nj.us/mvc/realid/selector.html. +1 6 New Jersey Standard License Permit ORID Card 1 Proof of residential address primary, at least one utility or credit card bill issued in the past 90 days, checking or savings account statement from a bank or credit union issued within the past 60 days, original, unexpired lease or rental agreement, tax bill, statement, or receipt, or any letter or correspondence received from the IRS or state tax office within the past year, first-class mail from any government agency in the past 6 months, if under 18. Statement from parent or guardian certifying address of applicant, high school or college report card or transcript with address issued within the past 2 years, U.S. or U.S. territory, birth certificate or certified copy filed with the State Office of Vital Statistics or equivalent agency in the individual's state of birth, U.S. Department of State birth certificate, Form FS 545 or DS 1350. U.S. Department of State Consular Report of Birth Abroad, Form FS 240, U.S. passport or passport card. Current or expired less than 3 years. NJ driver license, current or expired less than 3 years, includes boat, motorcycle, and probationary. NJ non-driver identification card. Current or expired less than 3 years. Unexpired active duty U.S. military photo identification card. U.S. adoption papers, certificate of naturalization, Form N550. N570 or N578, Certificate of Citizenship, Form N560. N561, Foreign Passport with USCIS verification and valid record of arrival, departure, stamp or Form I-94, Foreign Passport with USCIS verification and valid Form I-551 stamp, current permanent resident card with expiration date, new Form I-551, and verification from USCIS refugee travel document, Form I-571, U.S. reentry permit, Form I-327, valid I-94 stamped, refugee, parolee, asylee, or notice of action, Form I-797 approved petition by USCIS, valid I-94 with attached photo stamped, processed for I-551 by USCIS, current photo employment authorization card, USCIS, Form I-688B or I-766. Must be presented with valid Social Security card, current permanent resident card without expiration date, old Form I-551 with INS or USCIS verification photo, temporary resident card.
All identity documents must be original OR certified copies in English and have the required state and/or municipal seals. 6. Unexpired NJ driver license, non-U.S. citizens only, exam permit with photo, non-U.S. citizens only, probationary license with photo, non-U.S. citizens only, civil marriage, domestic partnership or civil union certificate issued by the municipality or state in which the ceremony occurred. Certificates issued by religious entities and photocopies are not acceptable. Order or decree of divorce, dissolution, or termination, legal name change, court order signed by a judge or court clerk, current U.S. military dependent card, U.S. military photo retiree card, NJ firearm purchaser card, U.S. school photo identification card with transcript or school records, U.S. college photo identification card with transcript, unexpired federal government employee driver license, unexpired federal or NJ government employee photo identification card, U.S. military discharge papers, DD 214, FAA pilot license, unexpired photo driver license from any state, U.S. territory, or the District of Columbia, Social Security card, bank, credit union statement or record within the past 60 days, ATM, debit card with preprinted name and applicant's signature, ATM, debit card and bank statement cannot be submitted together, current health insurance card or prescription card displaying applicant's name, current employee identification card presented with printed pay stub. State professional license, NJ public assistance card with photo, also known as a NJ Social Services Identification Card, high school diploma, GED, or college degree, property tax statement, bill, or receipt issued by a NJ municipality, for NJ high school students. A waiver certificate for the written portion of the driver test, Veterans Administration Universal Access Photo Identification Card. Legal proof of name change is a certified marriage or civil union certificate, divorce decree, or court order linking the new name with the previous name. A divorce decree may be used as authority to resume using a previous name only if it contains the married name and previous name and states a return to use of the previous name. Real ID is the applicant applying for a New Jersey Real ID license or ID card. Certified copies of NJ records are available from the municipality that originally issued them and from the Office of Vital Statistics and Registry. nj.gov/health/vital or 609-292-4087, for a replacement SSN card. Visit Social Security. Gov. My account proofs of residential address, proof of full SSN points combined from primary and secondary, required primary. Select one and only one document from primary. 2 1 Step I-23, valid NJ driver license, non-driver identification card, or a Motor Vehicle Commission-issued driver license renewal form displaying residential address, utility or credit card bill issued in the past 90 days, checking or savings account statement from a bank or credit union issued within the past 60 days, original. Unexpired lease or rental agreement, tax bill, statement or receipt or any letter or correspondence received from the IRS or state tax office within the past year, first-class mail from any government agency in the past 6 months, if under 18. Statement from parent or guardian certifying address of applicant, unexpired U.S. passport or passport card, U.S. or U.S. territory birth certificate certified copy filed with a state office of Vital Statistics or equivalent agency in the individual's state of birth, U.S. Department of State birth certificate Form FS 545 or DS 1350, U.S. Department of State consular report of birth abroad Form FS 240, Certificate of Naturalization Form N 550, N 578, or N 570, Certificate of Citizenship Form N 560 or N 561, Current Permanent Resident Card Form I 551 issued by USCIS with expiration date, unexpired foreign passport with USCIS verification, and with valid record of arrival, departure Form I-94, current photo employment authorization card USCIS Form I-688B or I-766, current permanent resident card Form I-551 issued by INS. Without expiration date, Social Security card, W-2 form issued within the past year, pay stub with name and full SSN, 1099 form issued within the past year. 6 Start here. Next 12 Continue. All identity documents must be original OR certified copies in English and have the required state and/or municipal seals. If the applicant's birth certificate is from Jersey City, Hudson County, You must check www.state.nj.us/health/order-vital/Jersey-City-Hudson-County- records points combined from primary and secondary secondary cannot use more than 21 point documents. Step 3 – Unexpired standard photo driver license from any state, or U.S. territory and the District of Columbia, unexpired standard non-driver identification card from NJ only, Social Security card, bank, credit union statement or record within the past 60 days, ATM, debit card. With preprinted name and applicant's signature, ATM, debit card and bank statement cannot be submitted together, current health insurance card or prescription card displaying applicant's name. Current employee identification card with pay stub, state professional license, NJ public assistance card with photo, also known as a NJ social services identification card, high school diploma, GED, or college degree, property tax statement, bill, or receipt issued by a NJ municipality, for NJ high school students. A waiver certificate for the written portion of the driver test, Veterans Administration Universal Access Photo Identification Card, unexpired federal government employee driver license, unexpired federal government employee photo identification card, U.S. military discharge papers Form DD-214, FAA pilot license, U.S. school photo identification card with transcript or school records, U.S. college photo identification card with transcript, legal name change court order signed by a judge or court clerk, civil marriage or civil union certificate or divorce decree, U.S. adoption papers. Current U.S. military photo identification card, current U.S. military dependent card, U.S. military photo retiree card, NJ firearm purchaser card, unexpired real ID driver license. Non-driver identification card, or probationary license from any state, U.S. territory, and the District of Columbia. 13 Driver License System. The New Jersey Driver Manual www.njmvc. Gov. Note. Financial information can be blacked out. Legal proof of name change is a certified marriage or civil union certificate, divorce decree, or court order linking the new name with the previous name. A divorce decree may be used as authority to resume using a previous name only if it contains the married name and previous name and states a return to use of the previous name. Graduated Driver License (GDL). In 2001, New Jersey sought to enhance driver preparation and safety by implementing a multi-stage driver licensing system. Known as the Graduated Driver License (GDL) program, the system gradually introduces driving privileges to first-time drivers, extends their practice driving time and requires a minimum age of 18 in order to receive an unrestricted, basic driver license. GDL restrictions placed upon first-time drivers must be strictly adhered to. Failure to do so may result in a fine of $100 or suspension of a motorist's driving privilege. The Early Bird Road GDL, option a Step 1. Get a special learner permit, must be at least 16 years old, must have signed parent or guardian consent, must be enrolled in approved behind-the-wheel driver training course through the N.J. Department of Education or commercial driving school. An approved instructor must purchase the permit, must pass the MVC's knowledge and vision tests, must pay required fee the MVC will validate. Special learner permits only after training course completion. Step 2. Practice with an adult supervising driver, must observe special learner permit driving restrictions, must practice at least 6 months, must have red GDL decals attached to vehicle when driving. Step 3. Get a probationary license, must have completed 6 months of supervised driving without any suspensions or postponements, must pass the MVC's road test, must be at least 17 years old. Step 4. With a probationary driver license, must practice unsupervised driving for at least 1 year, must observe probationary driver license restrictions, must have red GDL decals attached to vehicle. When driving. Step 5. Get the basic driver license, must be at least 18 years old, must have completed 1 year of unsupervised driving with probationary driver license restrictions, must pay required fee. Note: permit may not be used for practice driving until validated at an MVC driver. The Young Adult Road GDL, Option B. Step 1. Get an examina-tion permit, must pass the MVC's knowledge and vision tests, must be at least 17 years old, must pay required fee, must obtain parent or guardian consent if you are under 18 years of age. Step 2. Practice supervised driving, must practice with an adult supervising driver, must practice at least 6 months, must observe examination permit driving restrictions, must have red GDL decals attached to vehicle when driving. Step 3. Get a probationary license, must have completed 6 months of supervised driving without any suspensions or postponements, must pass the MVC's road test. Step 4. Practice unsupervised driving, must practice unsupervised driving for at least 1 year, must follow probationary driver license restrictions, must have red GDL decals attached to vehicle when driving. Step 5. Get the basic driver license, must be at least 18 years old, must have completed 1 year of unsupervised driving, must pay required fee. Special Learner Permit Restrictions 1. If the examination permit or probationary license holder is 21 years of age or older, hour, passenger and decal restrictions do not apply. No driving between 11:01 p.m. and 5 a.m. No using handheld or hands-free cell phones or any other electronic devices. Permit holder must be accompanied in the front seat by an adult supervising driver who is at least 21 years of age and who possesses a valid New Jersey driver license and has a minimum of 3 years. Driving experience. Passengers are limited to any parent, guardian or dependent of the special permit holder and 1 additional passenger. Permit holder and all passengers must wear seat belts. Must display decals on license plates. Examination permit restrictions. No driving between 11:01 p.m. and 5 a.m. 1. No using handheld or hands-free cell phones or any other electronic devices. Permit holder must be accompanied in the front seat by an adult supervising driver who is at least 21 years of age and who possesses a valid New Jersey driver license and has a minimum of 3 years. Driving experience. Passengers are limited to dependents of the permit holder and 1 additional passenger, unless accompanied by a parent, guardian. 1. Permit holder and all passengers must wear seat belts. Must display decals on license plates. 1. Probationary driver license restrictions. No driving between 11:01 p.m. and 5 a.m. 1. No using handheld or hands-free cell phones or any other electronic devices. Passengers are limited to dependents of the probationary license holder and 1 additional person, unless accompanied by a parent, guardian. 1. Probationary license holder and all passengers must wear seat belts. Must display decals on license plates. 1. GDL decal. All GDL drivers under age 21 who possess a permit or probationary license, are required to display two visible, red reflective decals, distributed through the MVC, on any vehicle that they operate. One decal is to be displayed on the top left corner of the rear license plate and the other on the top left corner of the front license plate. The two removable decals are provided at the time a permit is issued for a fee of $4. Additional decals are available for $4 per pair at any MVC agency. NJSA 39-3-13 and 39-3-13.4 F GDL driver exemptions to the hours of rule for permit and probationary drivers under 21 years. Proof of a need to drive during the prohibited hours for employment and/or religion. For an exemption, the motorist must carry a legible certification to indicate this need from his/her employer or religious official on the official letterhead of the business, organization or religious institution, with the signature of the certifying official and his/her name, title, address, and phone number. NJAC 1321-8.18 Note, if the student driver commits a traffic offense, responsibility will be with both the student and instructor or adult supervising driver. All motorists who possess a probationary driver license, whose probationary licensing period is not extended by the MVC beyond the standard 12 months, must visit an MVC agency to upgrade to a basic driver license after the end of those 12 months. Motorists who fail to do so will remain subject to the probationary driver license restrictions and could be cited by law enforcement for violating the restrictions. Special learner permits for New Jersey residents. Any New Jersey resident who is at least 16 years old and is not in suspension status can obtain a special learner permit at any MVC agency. The applicant must have the signed consent of his/her parent, guardian, must be enrolled in a behind-the-wheel driver training course approved by the New Jersey Department of Education or conducted by a commercial driving school, and must pass the MVC's knowledge test and vision screening. An approved course is 6 full hours of behind-the-wheel instruction in a dual-controlled vehicle. These hours are exclusive of time spent at the MVC for permit purchasing or testing. The instructor must purchase the permit, which is valid for 2 years. NJSA 39-3-13.1 After an applicant fills out the form with his/her personal information and provides 6 points of ID verification, proof of residential address, and, if applicable, proof that the U.S. government authorizes his/her presence in this country, the instructor can purchase a permit at any MVC agency. Upon completion of the approved driver training course and before practice driving, the permit holder must have the permit validated at any MVC agency with a driver testing center. Examination permits for New Jersey residents. Any New Jersey resident who is at least 17 years old and is not in suspension status can obtain a driver examination permit at any MVC agency. The examination permit is different from a student learner permit because the applicant does not have to be a student and an instructor is not necessary. Note: a driver examination permit is required even if the motorist possesses a valid license from another state. See examination permits for out-of-state drivers. After an applicant fills out the form with his/her personal information and provides 6 points of ID verification and proof that the U.S. government authorizes his/her presence in this country, he/she can purchase a permit to take to the nearest driver testing center. Basic automobile license applicants must supply a Social Security number or an exemption from the Social Security Administration. Note: most agencies conduct knowledge testing and vision screening. To find out which MVC agencies offer driver testing services, check online at www.njmvc.gov or call 609-292-6500. The MVC will validate the permit for practice driving after the applicant passes the required knowledge test and vision screening. Results are valid for 2 years. See examination permits for out-of-state drivers. All out-of-state drivers are required to purchase an examination permit within 60 days of becoming a permanent New Jersey resident or when his/her out-of-state license expires. Whichever comes first. Out-of-state drivers who are under 18 years of age and move to New Jersey are subject to this state's GDL program. If they wish to apply for a New Jersey license, they should follow the steps outlined for special and examination permit holders. Permits may be purchased at any MVC agency upon presenting the required proof of age and 6-point ID verification. Applicants are required to pass a vision screening test. Knowledge and road tests are waived as long as you have a valid, non-probationary driver license, or a certified driver abstract issued by any of the 50 states, the District of Columbia, or U.S. territories. Out-of-state driver licenses must be surrendered when the MVC issues a New Jersey driver license. Examination permits for out-of-country drivers. A non-citizen must show formal proof that U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services (USCIS) has authorized his/her presence in this country under federal law. Students and their families on visas must show Form I-20. Student identification cards or certification on school letterhead indicating status. Note: foreign drivers may use their native driver licenses as proof of driving experience if their countries are members of the United Nations Convention on Road Traffic and if the applicants have their licenses translated into English by a consulate or an MVC-approved translator. A road test may still be required. International Driving Permit (IDP) visitors with a foreign driver license who travel to the United States should carry an IDP or attach an acceptable English translation to their national driver license. The IDP is translated into the official languages of the United Nations, including English, and is useful in traffic emergencies. Non-citizens must obtain the IDP in their native country before traveling to the United States. New Jersey motorists who travel to foreign countries may obtain an IDP application through their local AAA club or the American Automobile Touring Alliance (AATA). Visit www.aaa.com/vacation/idpc.html for more information. Note: a motorist must carry a valid driver license. Although it is an official document, the IDP cannot replace a driver license. But it can be used in conjunction with the license to provide an additional source of motorist identification and span foreign language barriers. Non-driver ID: an individual, 14 years of age or older, who does not possess a valid driver license, may apply for a non-driver identification card. To obtain a standard or real ID identification card, the individual must show proof of age, residential address, and provide 6 points of ID verification and proof that his/her presence in this country is authorized under federal law. The cost is $24. The non-driver ID must be surrendered if the individual applies for and receives a New Jersey driver license. NJSA 39-3-29.2 to 39-3-29.10 Organ donation: you have the power to give others the most precious gift, life. At age 14. You may apply for a non-driver identification card and you will be asked if you want to be included in New Jersey's Donate Life registry. When you turn 18 and apply for an unrestricted driver license, or renew your license, you will be asked if you want to be included in New Jersey's Donate Life registry. By answering yes, you will be agreeing to donate your organs, tissue and eyes upon your death to someone who needs a transplant. When you say yes at a motor vehicle agency, the words organ donor will appear on your license. Registering as an organ and tissue donor has nothing to do with living donation or whole body donation. An individual's decision to be an organ donor can make a difference in lives throughout New Jersey and across the nation. Right now, tens of thousands of people are awaiting organ transplants, while thousands more are in need of tissue and corneal transplants. The shortage of donors is so severe that every day, 21 people die waiting for organs that could save their lives. You can give the gift of life simply by making your wishes known about organ and tissue donation. Saying yes to organ and tissue donation is an important decision for everyone, especially the more than 5,000 New Jersey residents whose lives depend on transplants. Anyone 14 years and older can register as a donor. There are no costs to the family for donations, and donations will not affect funeral arrangements. Organs are shared according to a national list. Age, gender, race, ethnicity or wealth do not affect who receives donated organs. Registering as an organ and tissue donor is a selfless act. You should share your decision with your family, so they will carry out your wishes at the time of death. Organ and tissue donation saves lives, gives hope to those waiting and creates a lasting legacy. For more information about organ and tissue donation, or to register online, please visit www.donatelifenj.org. Next of Kin Registry, Sarah's Law. The Next of Kin Registry is a New Jersey statewide web-based system that allows individuals at least 14 years of age to voluntarily submit and maintain emergency contact information through the New Jersey Motor Vehicle Commission. This non-public information will only be used by law enforcement officers to locate designated emergency contacts in the event that a person is involved in a motor vehicle crash that renders him or her unable to communicate. NJSA 39-4-134.2 to 39-4-134.3. Any individual who legally possesses a New Jersey issued driver license, probationary license, learner's permit, non-driver identification card or any other MVC-issued permit or license authorizing an individual to operate a motor vehicle or vessel, i.e., boat, may utilize the registry. Additionally, individuals as young as 14 years old may utilize the Next of Kin registry to submit emergency contacts if they apply for a non-driver ID card, to register online or download a form to submit by mail. Visit the MVC website at www.state.nj.us/mvc/drivertopics/nextofkin.htm. Motor Voter. The National Voter Registration Act (NVRA) requires that motor vehicle offices provide voter registration opportunities to anyone applying for a new or renewed driver license or ID card, or changing his or her address. The process of registering to vote can be conveniently started at any MVC agency. Applicants who wish to register are provided a signature pad to sign, while their personal information, name, date of birth, address, etc., is sent electronically to the State Board of Elections for review. When customers report a change of address, They are offered the option to have the MVC send the change of address information to the applicable Board of Elections for voter registration purposes. After the State Board of Elections approves the information received, it notifies the respective County Board of Elections that the applicant's eligibility requirements have been met, and the applicants are registered to vote. For more information on voter registration, visit www.nj.gov/state/elections/voting-information.html. Hearing impaired designation. A special driver license for deaf or hearing impaired motorists 41 decibels loss or more is provided by the MVC. To obtain this license, which is designated with a numerical code, a motorist must complete an application which is available at any MVC agency. Verification by a physician or audiologist is required. NJSA 39-311A Commercial Driver License (CDL). There are 3 commercial driver license (CDL) classifications: A, B, and C. However, no one can apply for these licenses until he/she is in possession of a valid basic Class D New Jersey driver license or he/she possesses a valid out-of-state CDL. Class A license is necessary for the operation of a tractor-trailer, or any truck, or truck and trailer with a gross combination weight rating (GCWR) of 26,001 pounds or more, provided the gross vehicle weight rating (GVWR) of the vehicle being towed is more than 10,000 pounds. The Class A license also allows the driver to operate all vehicles in the Class B, C, and D categories, provided the driver has qualified for all the proper endorsements. Class B license is necessary for the operation of any vehicle with a GVWR of 26,001 pounds or more. A vehicle with a GVWR of 26,001 pounds or more towing a trailer with a gross vehicle weight rating of 10,000 pounds or less. A bus, including school buses, with a gross vehicle weight rating of 26,001 pounds or more designed to transport 16 or more passengers, including the driver. A Class B license allows the driver to operate all vehicles in the Class C and D categories, provided the driver has qualified for all the proper endorsements. Class C license is necessary for the operation of any vehicle with a GVWR of less than 26,001 pounds, used and placarded to transport hazardous material. Any bus, including school buses, designated to carry 16 passengers or more, including the driver, and with a GVWR of less than 26,001 pounds, and all school vehicles designed for 15 passengers or fewer, including the driver. Any bus or other vehicle designed to transport 8 to 15 passengers, including the driver, which is used for hire. Commercial driver exemptions: taxi drivers, ride-sharing van drivers, funeral procession drivers, operators of rescue, first aid squad or firefighter apparatus, farmers hauling their own products and equipment within 150 miles of their farms, non-civilian operators of military equipment and operators of construction equipment not designed for operation on public roads are exempt and need not apply for a CDL. Operators of recreational vehicles are also exempt, provided the vehicle is being operated only for personal use. Commercial driver license endorsements: most commercial drivers will need to obtain at least one special endorsement. An example of an endorsement on a CDL is H for hazardous materials, which means that the motorist may legally transport hazardous materials. Code vehicle endorsement: special requirement T double and triple trailer needed by operators of vehicles pulling 2 or 3 trailers requires a knowledge test. Class A license required to operate this type of vehicle. P. Passenger needed by operators of buses or similar vehicles used to transport passengers requires a road test. Other special requirements are necessary. See CDL manual. Must be 21 years of age and have 3 years driving experience. S. School bus needed by all school bus drivers requires a knowledge and road test. Motorists who hold an S endorsement will also have to test for a P endorsement. Both are required to operate a school bus. N. Tanker vehicle needed by operators of vehicles used to transport liquids or gas in bulk requires a knowledge test. H. Hazardous materials needed by operators of vehicles used to transport hazardous materials requires a knowledge test. Must be trained and retested every 2 years. See the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration for requirements. www.fmcsa.gov. Must be 21 years of age. Commercial driver license restrictions. Numbered restrictions, such as corrective lenses, are noted on all commercial licenses. An example of a special restriction on a commercial license is L for air brakes. This means the motorist may not operate a vehicle equipped with air brakes, if designated on the license. Commercial Driver Manual. For more information on commercial motor vehicle licensing, refer to the MVC's Commercial Driver Manual. All CDL tests are based on information contained in the manual. To get a copy, visit any MVC agency or regional service center or request it online at www.njmvc.gov. Manuals may also be obtained by calling 609-292-6500. Requirements for a basic driver license. 6-point ID verification. All applicants for a New Jersey driver license must have all required documents to satisfy the 6-point ID verification. Vision test. A vision screening is required for all motorists. The MVC may refer applicants with impaired vision to a physician. Periodically, the MVC may require a vision recheck of a New Jersey motorist. Knowledge test. The knowledge test consists of 50 questions, plus a survey question about organ donation. The MVC offers the knowledge test in English, American Sign Language (ASL), and these foreign languages: Arabic, Chinese, French, Japanese, Korean, Polish, Portuguese, Russian, Turkish, Hindi, Albanian, and Spanish. If the applicant cannot read in any language, headphones are supplied to administer an oral test. If the knowledge test is not available in your native language, you may use a state AP-approved interpreter. However, you must first attempt to complete the knowledge test in an offered language. If you fail to pass the test and feel you need an interpreter, please inform the MVC personnel at the testing location and they will make arrangements to secure an interpreter in your native language and pay the appropriate fees. Once an interpreter is secured, you will be contacted by an MVC employee with the interpreter appointment date and time. You must inform the MVC of the need for an interpreter at least 2 weeks in advance of the date you intend to take the written knowledge test. MVC-approved interpreters are also provided for deaf or hard of hearing applicants. The MVC will pay the interpreter's fees directly associated with the knowledge test after submission of a properly completed payment voucher form. Interpreters. An approved foreign language interpreter is an individual listed on the NJ Administrative Office of the Courts Language Services Section Registry of Interpreters and Agencies. An approved deaf or hard of hearing interpreter is an interpreter certified by the National Registry of Interpreters for the Deaf and listed with the New Jersey Division of the Deaf and Hard of Hearing. An interpreter who has been evaluated by the Division of the Deaf and Hard of Hearing and is on the approved list of professional interpreters. www.nj.gov/mvc/license/knowledgetest.htm. Test requirements. Screening tests. Minimum requirements. Eyesight basic license applicants, 20/50 vision with or without corrective lenses. For sight in one eye only. That eye must meet the 20/50 rule and the applicant must have documentation signed by a licensed physician. CDL license applicants, 20/40 vision with or without corrective lenses in both eyes. Must be able to distinguish among red, green and amber lights. Written 80%, or 40 of the 50 questions, must have correct answers. Health inform examiner of health problems. A medical review may be necessary. Federal law and New Jersey regulations require commercial drivers to submit a CDL holder self-certification form and a valid medical examiner's certificate, if applicable, to the MVC. Medical examiner certificates must be completed by a federally certified medical examiner. 31 New Jersey driver testing. The New Jersey out-of-state and out-of-country applicants. Applicants may transfer a valid out-of-state license to New Jersey. Knowledge and road tests may be waived for applicants, at least 18 years of age, who submit a valid, non-provisional driver license issued by any of the 50 states, the District of Columbia, the U.S. territories of Samoa and Guam, Puerto Rico, or the U.S. Virgin Islands. The 6-point ID requirements must also be submitted. These applicants will be issued a 4-year basic New Jersey license and will be required to surrender the out-of-state license. Out-of-state applicants between 17 and 18 years of age who possess a valid out-of-state license will be given a probationary license for a period of 1 year and must comply with New Jersey's GDL requirements and restrictions. All out-of-country applicants must pass the knowledge test and a vision screening, and may be required to pass a road test. Test results are valid for 2 years. Safety pledge to Nikhil. In August of 2015, Nikhil's Law, which amends NJSA 39-3-41, was signed into law. Enacted March 1, 2016. Nikhil's Law reinforces the dangers of failing to comply with New Jersey's motor vehicle traffic laws. The pledge in order to ensure the safety of others on the road, passengers in my car, and myself as a driver, I pledge to obey traffic rules when driving and to be extra cautious and supremely attentive. Specifically, I will stop completely. I will come to a complete halt at any stop sign and will never go through a red light. Stay alert. I will strive to keep my hands on the wheel and my mind on the road. Talk safe. I will use a hands-free cell phone system while driving, and will not text or use a handset unless I pull over. Plan ahead. I will give myself an extra 5 minutes to get to any destination. Voter registration. If you are eligible to vote in New Jersey, the process of registering to vote can be conveniently started at any MVC agency. While applying for or renewing a driver license or non-driver identification (ID) card, the MVC will report the information to the New Jersey Division of Elections. Voter registration deadline is 21 days before an election. If you will not be conducting a driver license or non-driver ID card transaction and wish to register to vote or change your address with the Division of Elections, please visit the New Jersey Division of Elections at www.njelections.org or call 1-877-NJ-VOTER, 1-877-658-6837, to have an application mailed to you. Update your voting address. You may change your address online through the MVC website. After you change your address with the MVC, you will be asked whether you would like your address change to update your voter record. Be sure to click Yes when answering this question, and the MVC will send a notice to the Division of Elections, notifying them of your change. An address change confirmation page will also be provided to you at the end of the transaction. Please visit www.njelections.org for more voter information. Your County Commissioner of Registration will notify you if your application is accepted. If it is not accepted, you will be notified on how to complete and/or correct the application. 33 New Jersey driver testing the New Jersey Driver Manual www.njmvc. Address changes reported online or via mail with the MVC are forwarded to the New Jersey Division of Elections. If you do not receive confirmation of the change, please contact your local Commissioner of Registration. A listing of commissioners can be found at nj.gov/state/elections/voting-information-local-officials.html. Note: if you wish to get a driver license or non-driver ID card displaying your new address, you must visit a motor vehicle agency. You will have to provide the 6 points of ID verification requirements and pay a fee. Road test after an applicant passes the knowledge test and vision screening and, if applicable, an approved behind-the-wheel course, the MVC will validate his/her permit so that he/she can practice driving. GDL permit holders under 21 years of age must have a minimum of 6 months supervised driving prior to a road test appointment. GDL permit holders, 21 years old and over, must have a minimum of 3 months supervised practice driving prior to a road test appointment. To make an appointment for an initial road test or a retest, visit any MVC agency with a driver testing center or schedule online at www.njmvc.gov. Appointments may not be made by phone. Road test checklist: no practice driving is permitted on the test course or in the parallel parking area. Every road test applicant must bring all the items on this checklist to the road test site in order to take the test. Only original documents will be accepted. 6 points of ID, validated permit must be legible and cannot be laminated, valid inspection sticker on vehicle or official, no inspection sticker required, card. Valid registration card and valid insurance ID card or electronic version for vehicle used for the test unless covered by BPU or federal regulations, 2 red GDL decals. Properly mounted if graduated driver license (GDL) requirements are applicable, a vehicle utilized for the road test must have unobstructed access to the foot brake or to the parking brake mounted to the right of the driver in a position accessible to the examiner. Autocycles cannot be used for the test. Self-parking vehicles cannot be used for the test. All signals, brake lights, and windshield wipers on the vehicle for the test must be in working order. No rental cars are permitted unless the test applicant's name is listed as a driver on the rental agreement. Applicant must be accompanied by a licensed driver. The accompanying driver must hold a valid license to operate the type of vehicle for which the applicant has a permit, except for a moped. Note: vehicles registered out of state must comply with the laws of the motorist's home state with regard to insurance identification. Accompanying driver requirements: an applicant may drive a properly registered vehicle to the road test area. However, a licensed driver must remain in the vehicle with the applicant at all times. A vehicle may not be moved, even in the road test line, without a licensed driver in the vehicle. If the accompanying motorist is licensed in a state other than New Jersey, or has less than 3 years of driving experience, he/she must drive the vehicle to the road test area. The MVC does not supply vehicles for road tests. Only MVC examiners are allowed in the vehicle when the test is administered. Elements of the road test during the road test. An MVC examiner will ride with the applicant when he/she drives in an off-road test area or on a public road course. The purpose of the road test is to make sure that the applicant understands the rules of the road and can drive safely. See chart on next page. If the applicant's vehicle has a standard transmission, the examiner will ask the applicant to demonstrate his/her ability to correctly shift gears. During the basic road test, the examiner will test the applicant on the following items: test item page driving in reverse 54, 55 following other vehicles 94, 95, 96 nearing corners, intersections 65. 66, 67, 68 parking parallel 57, 58, 59 sitting properly seat belt use 40, 41 starting a vehicle 48, 49, 50 steering properly 51, 52 stopping at signs 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79 stopping smoothly 52. 53 turning 55, 56, 72, 73, 74 turning around 55, 56, 57 using the horn 46 yielding right of way 65, 66 If an applicant passes the road test, the examiner will issue an authorization for licensing. The permit, authorization, and 6 points of ID verification must be taken to a motor vehicle agency to obtain a New Jersey driver license. The MVC will license a successful applicant for a Class D basic driver license or Class D license for a probationary driver if the applicant has never been licensed to drive a motor vehicle in this or any other state. The MVC will monitor his/her driving habits for 1 year. Reasons for rejection: most applicants believe that their driving performance is the only criterion the examiner uses to grade their road test. However, the vehicle may be the cause for denial or failure of the road test. Some license applicants may not have the opportunity to take an initial road test because an examiner considers the vehicle unsuitable or unsafe for the test. Here are some of the more common reasons the MVC rejects road test vehicles: improper, expired or no inspection sticker, lack of examiner access to foot brake or parking brake, any defect or condition that affects the safe operation of the test vehicle, such as but not limited to poor brakes, pedal must not fade or go to the floorboard, dashboard brake warning light on, parking brake, brake lights, or signal lights not working, unsafe tires, smooth, cut, badly worn, vehicle interior is not in reasonably clean condition, vehicle failed inspection, and motorist does not bring the vehicle inspection report issued by the inspection station to the road test area, fast engine idle, cannot judge speed control, missing seat belts. Seat belts are required on all vehicles manufactured after July 1, 1966, tinting on driver and or front door windows, missing rear view mirrors, interior and or driver door, broken or cracked window glass, passenger and or driver's door or window does not operate from the inside. Additional items for motorcycles and moped tests only. Lack of equipment required by state regulations, no helmet, unapproved goggles or face shield, no bell or horn that can be heard 100 feet away. See Motorcycle Manual Chapter 10 for more specific